Bonjour. I've got welcome to the latest hogVIEW special. I hate Fairyland. Now, I've only just picked this one up within the last month or so, and well, we're obviously going to go through it in my inimitable style, but you've got to treat it store. If you like your cartoonists on the edge of sanity, and I think Skottie Young at the moment, who writes and draws this, is at the top of his game with this. I've got to say, and you may know him from, you know, like the Marvel variant covers. I mean, I picked up the Wizard of Oz stuff he was doing for Marvel a good few years ago. That's where he come to my attention. But like I've been saying for a little while, I have been catching up on stuff, and I want to kind of, if you've been in the same boat as me, catching up on stuff that's happened in the past 3 or 4 years, because you've been ignoring new comics because you think it's all nonsense, then this is another one for you. This is another one for you. Oops, I'll have to think about something to block that off. I didn't realise that they have those words on a variant cover or direct to dealers. Look at this stuff. You will enjoy every minute. Look, I self-censored myself on this issue. This is the Image special edition where she attacks, and I know that shtick has been done before, but it is a delight. So you might know the name from variant. I know he's done a lot of stuff for Marvel and variant comics covers and all that stuff, and I think they're quite expensive as well. I mean, I'm a big fan of his artwork, but picking up a run-of-the-mill comic and he's got his artwork on it, you know, 15-20 quid, but I'm not saying he's not worth it. I'm not saying this isn't worth it, and the graphic novels are out as well, but obviously I'm going through the individual issues. There's something about me being a geeky old hog that I love, and I'm not saying I don't buy graphic novels, I do, but if I can get the issues, and I found all these quite easy, to be fair. I struggled with issue 12 for some reason, but anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going off the tracks again. So after the scroll, I'm going to go through the first kind of story arc in the first 5 issues, which they have done as a graphic novel. And then after that, it kind of went on to a little one-shot storyline, which I do like. So there's the thread running through it of her eternal quest, the main character's eternal quest, but they were like one-off self-contained stories. So I'm going to go through them. There will obviously be spoilers, but only minor ones, because as always, I'd rather go through the generalities of it all and why I'm recommending this comic without trying to give it all away, if that makes sense. If you are a previous viewer coming back, thank you very much. If not, please hit like, subscribe now. It's really helping me out. And also, most of all, comment. And even if you don't like it, let me know why. And let's chat, let's talk about it. This is only comics. It's the thing I love, but at the end of the day, it's only comic books. So, let's go and talk about it. Okay guys, let's go. You're in for a treat here. I hate Fairyland. Skottie Young, Nate Picos on lettering, and Jean-Francois Beaulieu. I know I always get his name wrong. I do apologise if ever you watch any of my videos or anyone else who's got a French name. Jean-Francois Beaulieu, or Beaulieu. Nevertheless, however you pronounce his name, these 3 in this, the story of a little girl, and like I say, I won't give heavy spoilers here. A little girl, but you need to know something. Little girl gets transported to Fairyland, right? And 20, look at this stuff, is wonderful. Look at this stuff. It's like almost like a modern day Dr. Zeus in a way, with all of the detail of these little and all of these characters we're going to meet. Look at this stuff. I love it. Love it. Meets Queen Claudia. And her adventure began. And we meet a companion, who is Larrigan Wentworth III, is her guide through Fairyland, right? And she's got to get a key to escape and get back to normal land, to a normal... Look at this. This is the narrator. He's in the Guild of Narrators. But it's just wonderful. Look, I'm the High Teller in the Sacred Guild of Narrators. I love this stuff. But anyway, this is 27 years later. She's still trying to get out of it. Now she's got the body of the, I don't know, the 6 or 7 year old, but now she is a really cantankerous, horrible adult. And just look, this is a narrator. And basically murders her way through Fairyland. I don't know. I just love this stuff. Shooting the little stars that were in the fluffy little stars that were in the background. One ends up on Queen Claudia's face. Now she is her enemy. That's her little companion in the story. So, as I said, you can tell this is a cartoonist, a graphic story. She gets arrested. Here's the little police, look, with their little mushroom hats. Look at this stuff. The judge, and the lettering. Nate Picos on the lettering. It's glorious stuff. It's glorious. These three guys are working in unison here to such good effect. I'm enjoying it, and it's a violently. They could make it. You know, it's cartoon violence. It's not. It's very knowing. You know, it's almost, but they don't do it. But it's almost. There's some almost fourth wall stuff in here, but they don't, and I'm glad they don't go through it. To be fair, and after 27 years, like poor old Larry, look at the state of him. He was a young little fly when the first alert, and it ends on this stuff. It's like I say, it is madness, but glorious, wonderful madness. A great cover again, tells you everything you need to know. With a big axe, and they do another new little narrator for issue 2, who's telling you the story so far. Oh dear. Look at the way the lettering's dripping, and when you read some of the stuff, and especially, look, fudge my life, that's what I mean about it could be over the top violence, and they could, but it's better like that. I don't know whose idea that was, probably Skottie Young's as the writer, fluffing, you know, hug off Larry, you know, it could be, I don't know, having the swearing in it wouldn't make it any funnier. It makes it funnier. Look, I'm sure as Puff, I didn't wish for this. I mean, that adds to the whole Fairyland kind of thing. We meet not Gertrude. We meet the witch in this episode, and you know, another recurring character, Horribella, who pops up. I mean, look, this just, I can't gush enough about this stuff, and the detail of it is what I like. The detail of it, again, dripping with, you know, when it needs to be. And look at this. This is another land that they've obviously got to go through, and Gertrude will be getting it all wrong. And these demon, whatever they are, in this one, look at just back to his artwork again. Look at this. Look, it's just a great. He can draw anything, this guy, but drawing this is where I might do another special on the Wizard of Oz stuff he did, because and they always do a little thing on the back cover, because that was this almost felt like when I looked at the first issue. it almost felt like a weird sequel to the stuff he did on the Wizard of Oz and the Land of Oz and all that. Another narrator gets it. Look, hello, my dear reader. So continuing on, all you know, she's done all these creatures in from like look, the witch to Horribella turns up again because obviously Queen Claudia has now got it right in for her, got it right in for our hero again. I love this. I can't get enough of this stuff from Skottie Young. Yeah, man. You know, even the wizard, more weird little. You know, nothing's wasted. He does love his mushrooms, as a recurring theme, a thematic, artistic. The less said about that, the better. It's just, and again, you know, I'm a lover of the sequential artist, and I know. You know, he can be called cartoonist, whatever I'm calling him. You know, he's everything: cartoonist, graphic storyteller, whatever. Look at these little, like I say, just barely contained the full. This is spanning years. This is spanning a few years of storyline. Look, with the snow and now she's got the beard, the house is burnt down. It's and a new character, Happy. She's quite literally called Happy. And obviously more hijinks ensue. So I hope you're getting a feel. I hope you're getting a feel of. Yep, kind of says it all. A bear with his head ripped off. Cuddly bear with his head ripped off. Queen Claudia. Oh, does she manage to get Gertrude? Another narrator gets it. Look. You know, mirror, mirror on the wall. That ain't going well either. For Queen Claudia. Mother Puffer. Look, you're a mother. She told me that, Queen, Mother Puffer. Look, it's just wonderful stuff. I mean, I hope you're getting the kind of thing, you know, why I'm in love with this comic so much. You know, Skottie Young's artwork obviously always is going to be of a standard, but the story as well, it cracks along and it's something just that little bit different, and it riffs. Look at what it's riffing from. All the fantasy fables, the quests of old. Look at it. Love it. And he makes it look easy, because this would take me hours if I tried. And it probably did take him hours, to be fair, but you know what I mean. And talking of detail, I mean, he doesn't skimp on detail, this boy. And neither does Nate Pikios on the lettering. There's never anything that you think he couldn't have done that he could. You know what I mean? They're not Mr. Chicken and Jean-Francois on the colouring, which is obviously massively important to this artwork. There's just something going on all the time that just made me. Well, just put a smile on my face, basically. Now, this is the last issue, so forgive me if towards the end I hesitate, because I don't. You're kind of knowing where it's all going by now. Do you know what I mean? But I just don't want to. I know in a way, you could accuse me of spoiling it for people by going through every single bloody page, but I don't think I am. I think I'm just illustrating again off this, off all of this fantasy stuff he's using. Again, the colouring on this. Without this detailed stuff, that's just that one panel would be very lacking. But I love it. I love the way these colourists are working in unison. And I think I did review another comic with this Jean-Francois Beaulieu's colours. He's a great. I think it might have been Twig. I think it was, and that's from Image as well. Bear with me 1 second. Yes, it was Twig. And if you haven't watched that, that was hogVIEW 2, I think, or 3. Well, I don't know. Watch them all. Watch them all. Now we know who's getting it. but he's got to go there, and I'll probably stop it there. And so that was the 5 issues that they've done as a graphic novel. Thoroughly recommend, and you could probably get that. That's volume 1. Now this is just one of the issue 7. Just these one-off stories. This dude, we don't know why. He's going to Magic Mart, look, and he wants a drink, but he has too many. And it happens, like, he's slurping all the slurpees. How to drain your dragon. And the whole story, so we don't know where he's gone, because we're back to Cloaks and Daggers Inn. And how they're dressed, and how everyone else is dressed. Don't know, look, there's an angry bird in there. Look at it, tiny. I don't know if you could see that or pinch it in, but you know. So, MacGuffin Paper Company, providing your plot device a quality surface since once upon a time. So, yeah, and these one-offs were great. So, but she needs to get back another new character here. Look, Purvis Pedalsteel the Pack Rat, and he collects stuff. So as these children drop into Fairyland in the story, they bring stuff with them, and he collects all the stuff from the real world. Now she wants to get something from the real world, and he reckons, the Pack Rat reckons, that they could get back in this van, but they need dragon wee to fuel it. And he lands, from the beginning of the story, he lands here, look. Right, I won't, and say no more. You know, because you are obviously by now getting the gist. So here we go. Now this is another one, and again, it's very knowing, doesn't do the fourth wall crap, but very knowing of the fact that once a week, 1 week a year, she gets to go to Dungeon Fest Expo Con. And how they set it up, and she wants to go and see her hero who's on the cover, and it doesn't go well. Gwag the Barbarian, she's hacked her way to the front to see Gwag the Barbarian. Look at the 2 little guards, look, love it. Larry's not impressed, obviously, that you know, he is the what would he be? If it was a TV show, he would be the normal person in the audience who, I don't know, the normal person, the normie, or the cynic. And yeah, she's less than impressed. And what they see, it's the classic, you know, be careful what you wish for when you meet, or you shouldn't ever meet your heroes. Look, biggest fan, and she meets. So from that, she meets this character who is a fan of hers, and it doesn't go well. I love Larry. I love Larry. There we go. And I haven't shown you, obviously, all of the chaos that ensues. This one, issue 13, another one off. We get Larry's origin story in this. So Skottie Young obviously starts it off in his usual fashion with something going on. Shut that gap in your nuts shaped face. And he's drifting off, look, blah 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 blah. And then we get his and the artwork in this one is by Dean Rankin, and he did the a lot of he's done a lot of Simpsons and a lot of Futurama stuff over at Bongo Comics. So the art style is completely changed. This is an entire issue, but again, Skottie Young's story, but just a wonderful way. How would you do how they thought about a fly and going to college and taking certain subjects at school. Yeah, I know I might not be doing it justice, to be fair, the storylines, but that's how ridiculous they are. you know, he's got hundreds of sibling, you know. Here we go. Look, it's just and fluff me, you know, fluff me, you know. So, oh dear, it's good, but it's good. I hope you're getting the gist of it. Now, obviously, you know, we're in the video now, so I'm not going to bother, you know, struggle to cover that up, and I think I've shown enough bits and bobs. But this special edition is a bit like the old Punisher kills the Marvel Universe. So she goes to Image Comics land in this issue. She beats this woman up to find out how she gets to meet the partners. So now this is her quest. This is just great. And in her quest, look at this. What land do you think she's come across here? Look, if you can survive long enough to find a cop named Rick, then you'll have some help. Look, Carl, if she moves, Carl, shoot her in the brain, Carl. I'm a massive Walking Dead fan. So, you know, there's stuff here that I got straight away. And look, it's all in black and white, because the comic was in black and white. But then there's other stuff that I think, you know, Walking Dead was a big hit. But if you're a big Image fan, and the Image boys must have loved this stuff, because they do like getting involved with stuff like this. I remember when Cerebus the Aardvark was in Spawn issue, whatever it was, 7 or 8, because Dave Sim, who created Cerebus the Aardvark, was one of the kind of it was at the forefront of independent comic publishing, which Witchblade here, look how he's done Witchblade, which he was at the forefront of what Image Comics was found, you know, the principles of what Image Comics was founded upon. Here we go, Savage Dragon, I think that he was called Patriot. And again, the detail, you know, all these are going to be characters from Image Comics that she's literally going through, all the secondary hacking and slashing through until she's got to get through Spawn to get to see the partners. She gets the key to see the partners. Now, it fell away a bit because I don't know, obviously that's Todd, but Eric Larson, that's what's his name, who does the Walking Dead, Kirkman. So, but very, very well done. Nevertheless, very, very well done. And if you're an Image comic fan and of a certain age, I think, unless these guys are, you know, people like Kirkman, I don't know, you know, I probably should have researched it a bit more, but maybe you don't get the full joke, but nevertheless I did. I found it highly hilarious. I liked this at the end as well. This was a nice little insight. I love all this behind the scenes stuff. I lap this stuff up. When you love stuff, it's a bit like the behind the scenes in a Blu-ray of your favourite film, isn't it? It's like you're just comparing, you know, going back to these paper. How look, page 21. Obviously he's writing and drawing it, so this must be more for the lettering and, you know. There we go, process shots. Love just Harry's detail. He got so much detail in it at this point. You know, if you ever try and do drawing or any artwork, I mean, just marvellous. Look at this, the scribbling to that. Love it, love it. And the description, I've only just literally noticed this, so I'm going to be sharing this with you just literally as I've just noticed it. He's drawing on paper. Oh no, he says he does a new layer in the computer and he cleans up the thumbnail, but then he's penciling, and then the inks he prints out onto a Bristol board, and he gets the ink and brush. I love it, love it. So that's a lovely because I mentioned it in one of my other videos, I wonder how much is it done on a computer. I think it was a Batman comic where I didn't know if the artist was doing the work on you know, computer all the time or whatever, but that's a nice little insight, that. So this is kind of like, for me, it's like that lovely middle ground where he's using computer technology and he's ended up in a traditional cartoonist way. So that was really nice to share, actually. We will leave it there on a fingerprint laden sorry I read my comics. So, and I'm not going to CGC them. I'll just read and probably pull this out and read it again in a couple of years' time. So I read my comics. So apologies for the fingerprints to those of you that love to slabber comics that can never be read again. I hope you've enjoyed that hogVIEW special. Hit me up in the comments if you want to see a bit more, and I might do a Wizard of Oz one that the comics that Skottie Young did years ago. On that note, I will bid you adios.